Have you ever gotten sober? You stop drinking, you stop using, but people still look at you like they're waiting for the next mistake. They're waiting on that next shoe to drop. Like they're not convinced yet. Today we're going to talk about the moment people stop seeing you as a problem and start seeing you as the solid one. First of all, there's some false beliefs that we have. A lot of us think that time will fix everything. We think if we stay sober long enough, people start trusting us again. We think if I apologize enough, people going to start believing what I'm saying out of my mouth. But remember all the times that we said we were sorry and we're not going to do it no more. Look how many times we went back on those promises. We also think if I explain myself better, people will understand. Then people would eventually trust me again. But that's not how it works. People don't rebuild trust because of speeches. They rebuild trust when they see a different version of you long enough to believe it's real, to believe that it's true. The reality is trust comes back slowly, not because people are trying to punish you, but because they've already lived enough through the old version of ourselves, right? They remember the missed calls. They remember broken plans. They remember the promises that you didn't keep. So their brain is waiting to see if the version of you is actually different. I remember when I was homeless. I was homeless for 9 years. I was sleeping on the concrete, eating out of garbage cans. My family didn't even know where I was. Then I got sober. They didn't instantly trust me, not because they didn't love me, but because they had seen too much of that chaos before. The shift, it happened little by little. Then they saw I kept showing up. Trust came back when they seen that I wasn't disappearing anymore. Eventually, they stopped waiting for the next problem. That's when things started to change dramatically in my family. In addiction, we were the unpredictable one. In recovery, the goal is to become the solid one. The person people can depend on. Not flashy, not dramatic, just steady. And for all you big book thumpers or people that read the big book, let's go to page 17. We are people who normally would not mix, right? But there exists among us a fellowship, a friendliness, an understanding which is indescribably wonderful. That change happens when people begin living different. The chaos gets replaced by stability. And in the Bible, it says, it's in Matthew 7:24, therefore everyone who hears these words of mine and puts them into practice is like a wise man or woman who's built his house on a rock. You have to be the solid one. A life built on something solid doesn't collapse every time a storm comes. That's the transformation that recovery creates inside of all of us. Start rebuilding trust in your family. Start with something simple. Pick one behavior that you can do on a consistent basis. Answer the phone, right? Immediately. Don't just look at the phone and say, I'll call you back. Show up when you say you will. Matter of fact, show up early. Being where you say you're going to be. If you say you're going to be somewhere, just be there. These are really simple things. They may be boring, but if you do these over a consistent period of time, people will start seeing that your patterns have changed, and then you start teaching them what type of person that you are. You are a solid one. You're a person of your word. The moment people start trusting you, again, isn't dramatic. There's no big speech. It's when they quietly realize, you know what? He or she is solid. If rebuilding trust is something you're working on, I put together a absolutely free to you guys. The link is in the description, a 7-day trust repair plan that walks you through the patterns that start repairing relationships.